Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to Tuesday's talk with Pete and Grada from the Purple House Wellness Center in Forth. And today we just want to give you 5 pointers how you can survive the happy season and celebrate your life and family and all the rest without destroying your digestion or your digestive system. And
not falling off the cart.
Yeah, no. And Pete will share those with you in a minute. I just wanted to share something that happened to me on Sunday. I offered to look after Tom and Lucy's 3 little kids for a couple of hours, and they are 8, 6, and 3. And I took them for a little walk down on our property. We went under the barbecue. Checked out the barbecue area, the undercover barbecue area, while they were playing on the swing set that we have about 100 meters away. And I was just inspecting, making a mental list of how much I had to clean up before Christmas. And I turned around and the kids had disappeared. And we have 5 acres with mazes, like 2 enormous mazes and forests and all the rest. And they were nowhere to be seen. Yeah, and the Forth River. And I'd only just taken my eyes off the prize for I would say 30 seconds. And they were gone. So I freaked out and I was yelling, what's the names again? Maisie and Fergus. I was yelling at the top of my voice and I was freaking out for 30 seconds because I thought, well, if they're in the maze, they can hear me, they'll answer me. No one answered. And so I was getting more and more panicky. And then suddenly they came out from the other side of the property where they raced over to Tom and Lucy's car. So Tom and Lucy had left one of their cars behind, and they'd gone into the car looking for lollies, apparently. And so, probably because they were looking for lollies, which they didn't find, they didn't answer me. And don't you hate it when you're looking for little kids and they don't answer you? So anyway, they played that trick on me. I was so relieved when they rocked up again. So the message for me is keep your eyes on the prize, right? Especially during the Christmas season. And what it really means is don't be too distracted by all the comings and goings and all the delicious food and everything else. Of meeting old friends and family. The eye on the prize means look after your digestion, look after your immune system, look after your body, right? And so
the digestive system is the central pillar of good health.
That's you. 80% of your immune system is in your digestion. If you are in your small intestine out in your large intestine, you just were to pull out the pipes works, and your iron it all flat. It's the size of a tennis court, and so that's how busy it is. Every part of the tennis court is busy absorbing nutrients and sorting out through the rubbish. So the more rubbish you put down your throat, the harder your body has to work. And that's a huge area that is your responsibility to keep clean. So,
and we often fill it up with a lot of rubbish, particularly around Christmas, New Year.
Well, we still want you to have your cake and eat it too. So, Pete, what are some suggestions that you make that people can really get through the Christmas period and feel fine still when January comes around?
Well, to have mainly fats for your fuel source rather than all the sugary things, because the sugars will give you a high for a little while and then they'll drop down very quickly and you'll go into a slump, and often that makes you feel a lot tighter and worse for wear than if you had some good fats for breakfast, like bacon and eggs, or a good lot of scrambled eggs with a lot of butter and cream in, and they would tide you over, so you're not wanting the sweet things that are offered. You might have 1 or 2 and it'll spike your blood sugar a little bit, but it won't be spiking it. It won't be getting it really up high and then dropping down, so you go into those awful
grumpy
slumps.
Moods. Yeah, people get grumpy too from all the sugar and the spikes.
Yeah, and the kids, they they go crazy if they have a lot of sugars and things. We all know that. And that's what the little kids were looking for in their parents' car.
And because they were a little bit crazy, because Lucy had just packed in all her Christmas festivities, I think, in the day before, because Tom and Lucy are very good with their diet and health and kids, making sure that they don't get hardly any lollies or sugary things ever. But the day before, I think Lucy had been to a Christmas parade and then a party for one of the kids and something else. So their brains were still going like this, right? Anyway, and of course, I'm not even used to anymore how quickly they disappear, the kids.
So if you keep your energy levels nice and even, which, by the way, fats do that, they keep it nice and even rather than spiking up and down all the time. So you don't, when your energies are nice and even, you don't get hungry. So you won't be tempted to pick at the sweet things as much.
But if you do, like you sometimes have a piece of pumpkin pie, Peter likes to make.
I usually make a pumpkin pie for Christmas, or especially for my Canadian son-in-law.
Yeah.
And I have a piece of that,
and it's delicious.
Yeah.
And it is, I have to admit, it is super. Your pumpkin pies are super delicious.
But there's a lot of cream in it as well. There is a lot.
And then when Peter has a piece of his pumpkin pie, he will actually pour a lot of cream on top as well, don't you? So we're just saying, go for all the fats and the creams. And also, like, when people have a roast meal, don't feel guilty about eating the turkey or the pork or whatever you have, because the meat fats are really, really good for you.
Or if you want a baked potato, have a baked potato, but put lots of butter on it and lots of good fat all over it. And I quite often have farmers come to me and they'll never give up the potatoes, which are high starch carbohydrates. So I say to them, you have butter with your potato? And they all say, yeah. And I say, now you need potato with your butter. So have a lot of butter with smaller amounts of potato.
Yeah.
And like the potato will turn to some sugar, but if you're having mainly fats for energy, then your energy levels will remain nice and even. We make 10 times the amount of energy from a molecule of fat than we do from a molecule of sugar. So it's, it'll keep us nice and even energy with a lot less food. But
a lot of people want to eat a lot.
Well, if they eat a lot, I'll just tell you a story. When I was in Holland, before
50 years ago.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. The Dutch have a thing where they celebrate New Year. They have fireworks. Everyone lets off fireworks in New Year's Eve, 12 o'clock, midnight. But they also celebrate with eating what they call olieballen, which are deep-fried donut-type things, fruit buns. And they're delicious. They are delicious. They're sprinkled with icing sugar and they're really,
flour, sugar.
Really nice. But they're high starch carbohydrate, a lot of sugar. Anyway, this year, Grada's mum had made a big batch of those, and her younger brother couldn't resist. He got stuck into them before midnight. And the fireworks started at midnight and he had his head over the toilet bowl, vomiting his heart out. Because he had just
gobbled
up too many. Now, that's what you want to try to avoid. And if you have a good amount of good fats early in the day, you'll be not tempted to eat so much of the. Have some, sure. I say to people, have some. Treat yourself with some things that you like. But if we do it all the time, we're clogging up our liver and around our organs and putting on weight and from all the excess sugars that we make.
All right, so we had 5 tips for you to just put it back in a nutshell, get us back on track with the story. So tip number 1, don't feel guilty about eating healthy fats, which are butter, meat fats. coconut oil, macadamia nut oil, cream and cheese. Feel happy, fill yourself up. That's very healthy. The liver needs those fats to detox. So that give yourself permission to enjoy all the parts of your Christmas meals and stuff that include those fats, and pour more on. And then secondly, well, again, it's to do with healthy fats. It's a bit boring. So in other words, avoid carbohydrates. Definitely avoid all the low fat problems. So Peter didn't say that, but that is kind of self-evident, we think, but we better just say it again. All the low fat foods that you see in the supermarket shelf or that you make yourself are have to be made tasty with sugars, right? And sugar and other flavors that are really, really bad for you. So avoid those and eat the real fats instead, like your great-great-grandparents used to do. And they lived, they lived with their marbles intact till, and they kept working right up until the day they died, really, with a good life. And then thirdly, again, so we just keep saying why healthy fats are good. It's all in this article. So in France, the French, they eat plenty of fat. So they don't have a low fat kind of diet lifestyle that we copied from America. The Australians have copied it from America. And we know that Americans and Australians have the biggest health issues in the world.
And they've got the biggest amount of obesity amongst people.
Yeah, and
population.
diabetes and on. A lot of serious health problems, even with young kids, and also high blood pressure.
So good fats promote weight loss. So,
yeah. So I've got it written here anyway. The French eat a plenty of full-fat dairy, real butter and cheese, and they have less obesity. They also drink more wine, but a lot of their products are not as toxic as here because they're not allowed to use the same type of pesticides. The Swiss, the same. So the people from Switzerland, they also eat tons of full-fat food and dairy products, and they're also a lot healthier. And then other research shows that people from the Eastern Europe, from the mountains there, who ate a lot of full-fat yogurt and cream, they lived till they were well into their hundreds. So there are pockets all around the world where people live to well into their hundreds, and they have a lot of fun still. They're young and flexible, and they're not bothered by any diseases. And what a lot of those people have in common is that they ate good fat. So the Bulgarians or Eastern Europeans, they had more of the fermented cream and so on. And then, of course, the Mediterranean, they ate a lot of olive oil. We know that. And other studies showed, so I've got it here, that people eating the most high-fat dairy, so high-fat, full-fat dairy, their incidence of heart disease was reduced by nearly 70%, which is incredible. So here we are thinking, oh, I have to look after my heart, oh, I have to just skip that fat and this and that. No, it's protecting you, and it will reduce your chances of heart disease by 70%. So these are real research studies that are everywhere now. You can Google them. I've got them in this article. And also babies, they thrive on breast milk. And breast milk is actually a carnivore diet when you think about it.
The baby, a fully breastfed baby, is making 55% of its energy from saturated fat, which is
like
animal fat. And a total of 75% of its energy is made from fats.
Yeah.
And then when we put our kids on solids, we convert them to sugar
and plant
burners.
oil. So I want to warn you, like that. Most of the cooking these days is done in plant oil, plant-based oils, and people love plant-based oils because we've all been hoodwinked to think that they're healthy, but they're actually very, very unhealthy. And I'm talking about all the plant-based yellow oils in plastic bottles that you see in the supermarket shelf. They're extremely, extremely toxic and damaging, and they take 6 years. It takes your body 6 years to remove them out of your body.
They've created most of a lot of the chronic disease in the world.
And brain fog, inflammation. They just really
and they're in most processed foods. So
pretty much in everything.
If we avoid processed foods or read the labels, and you'll see that there will be vegetable oils in them.
Yeah.
And so
Well, even my mum, I think she cooked those olieballen that Pete's talking about, probably in plant-based oils, because probably in sunflower oil or safflower oil, because people thought that was healthy, right? That's probably another reason why my brother had to vomit them out. So these are some things that you can do, and then I've put a fun recipe.
If you get a bit nauseous with the high fats, then that means your liver's needing a little bit of assistance to help get rid of the bile, and that bile digests the fats. So that's where we recommend people take beet flow to stimulate that bile flow. It opens up the bile ducts so the bile flow properly, so you can digest your food properly. So over these days, if you start feeling a bit queasy and a bit nauseous, you can do what we call a beet flow flush, which is take 2 beet flow every hour for 3 hours. So
I thought it was every half an hour.
Oh, it could be every half hour, but a total of about 8 beet flow over a 2-hour period.
So you can start any time. So let's say 10 o'clock in the morning is a good start. You have 2 at 10, then you have 2 at 10:30, 2 at 11, 2 at 11:30, and then 2 at 12. And so you can feel a lot better.
You can have 8 to 10 in a 2-hour period, and that'll stimulate the liver to get rid of the waste, which is causing the fats not to be digested properly, which is causing you to feel a bit queasy and nauseous.
It also is really good anyway for your arteries, because it opens your capillaries in your arteries that might be just glued shut from all the alcohol and the drinks that you might have had the day before when you had a good time. So we're all for everyone having a good time, for sure. We have a good time ourselves, but it's also about bringing awareness to the table, like literally awareness to the table, keeping your eyes on the prize being you, by the way, like you, your health, your body, your future self, yourself in the year 2024, that you can show up feeling fit and healthy and excited and all the rest, and not feeling drained and whatever, drowned in the wrong foods that your cells have drowned. So what Pete said, that's a really good point with the beet flow flush. It's very easy. It's the easiest liver flush I've ever done. If you want a serious liver flush, we can give you a recipe for that as well. So just email us.
You probably wouldn't do that on Christmas Day.
No, but I mean, they work really well too. So, and then we also recommend the Ultimate Vitality Boost, which contains beet flow, omnizyme, which is a really great enzyme that breaks down.
That assists with digestion of every type of food.
Exactly. And it also mops up rubbish from your body. And then it contains a trace mineral that's really important to fire up every cell of your body. And it contains immunosymbiotic that boosts your immune system. And
so with
80% of your immune system is in your tummy.
And with us drinking a bit more wine or something during this period, the wines contain sulfites. Even organic wines contain some sulfites. Yeah. And those sulfites kill all our good gut bacteria. Yeah. So replenishing those, particularly over this period of time, is essential for our health. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Pete and I, we eat sauerkraut every single day, like fermented vegetables from the Love Your Guts company, which is owned by some of our children. But that's not the reason. Well, it probably is, because I want to be loyal to my children. But Love Your Guts uses Tasmanian grown products and organic products. And it's like properly fermented, very, very healthy. And so we make sure that we have at least 2 tablespoons per day, which is not asking for that much. And that contains thousands, if not billions, maybe trillions of good bacteria. That helps us as well. On top of that, I still also take the immunosymbiotic.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm keeping my eyes on the prize, which is me. And then I keep a beady eye out on Peter as well, and he does that as well. But I mean, we just look out for each other. But we definitely look after ourselves, because I mean, I want to be around for a long time if I can help it. I want to be here to have fun with my grandchildren
and great-grandchildren.
And I want to be here for you, for my community. I love my work, and we both want to hang out for a lot longer. And so we're wishing you a really, really good Christmas, and just celebrate life, allow yourself to relax, make sure you're in a receiving mode, not just giving all the time, but also receiving some love and happiness and friendship and all the good vibes back into your body. Anything else you want to say, Pete?
No, that's it. Wish, just everyone have a great Christmas, New Year time, and
thanks.
Good connecting time with family and friends. Yeah.
Stock up on your love tanks. Fill up your love tanks. The online shop is always open, so regardless, I meant to say we are closed from the whole Christmas week, and then we're open again in the new year.
Yeah.
So, but you can send us an email. We do reply to emails, and the online shop is open 24/7. So you can order your products, and they will be sent out with the help of Australia Post when they work. Also, we have gift vouchers. I forgot to say that last week as well. If you're still looking for a last minute present, gift vouchers can also be bought online. And so that can include, that makes a wonderful gift for your loved ones, right? So please check that out as well. Thanks, everyone.
Or ring up the receptionist on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay. Have a great Christmas.
Bye.